Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be doing something exciting, and that's reading for 24 hours, doing a little readathon. I decided to do it now because my boyfriend is out of town and I have time, so it's the perfect opportunity to be filming. He's not gonna be in my way, and yeah, I don't have anything else to do, so might as well. I'm super excited to film this, and I have some good books to read in this video, so I'm really happy to be reading them. I have just come back from hiking, so it's also like I haven't been properly reading for a couple of days, so I'm really glad that I can just sit and read for the next 24 hours. But yes, without further ado, let's get started. I don't want to have too much of an intro because we all know 24-hour readathons, and yeah, I just want to get into it. Okay, so it is now 2:26 p.m. I just had lunch, that's why I started this video now, because I don't have to stop for a couple of hours. I can have just uninterrupted reading time. And my first book I'm actually currently reading, I'm a little bit like maybe 100 pages off from finishing it, and it's Masters of Death. I am loving it. I'm so in love with this book already, and I'm not finished. So yeah, I think I will just get started. I think I will make myself some tea and then I will start the timer. Okay, I've got my tea. I am going to be ready to start reading now. I'm actually reading Masters of Death on my Kindle because I got a proof edition and it's so stiff. It has literally no give, so it's really hard to read on a physical book, which is really sad because I really wanted to read it on a physical book. But I like reading on my Kindle because it's like really easy. So it's time to start the timer. What I love about this book is that it's really confusing. When you think you know something and whatever's happening, they hit you with something else, and it's just so good. And also, Olivia Blake just knows how to write a good relationship, like how the connection is, and oh my god, it's always the best love stories, in my opinion. Like, they hit you so hard, and wow, I think I have 2 hours still left. I've been reading for an hour and 20 minutes. I don't even know what else is gonna happen, but I just know that it's going to be one of the best love stories ever, and not just one. I forgot to say I will be stopping for sleeping. That's how I did it the last time, and that's how I will be doing it this time because I just can't read when I'm really tired. So I will be stopping for sleeping. I will be doing audiobooks. I just don't have the audiobook for Masters of Death, so you know, that's why I'm doing it first. I can finish this book and then I can get on with life while I'm listening to the audiobooks. But yes, let's get back into it. So good. Okay, so I just finished Masters of Death and I loved it. As I did in the previous 24-hour reading challenge, I will be doing a thorough review at the end of the video of all the books because I don't want to waste time in between. But I loved it. It was so good. Like I said before, the relationships are just done so well, and I just feel like the writing is so good. And even though I was confused for most of the book, it was so entertaining. And I feel like the friendships and like the found family vibe of the book was just perfect. It was perfect. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to start my next book, but I do need some kind of drink and a snack because I'm so hungry. So I'm going to make myself some matcha. I will make a blueberry matcha because I love a blueberry matcha. And then I'll start the new book with my new drink. Well, it's not a new drink, but it's a drink. It's like 5:40. It has been 2 hours 50 minutes, so just under 3 hours, which is amazing time actually. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to read 3.5 books hopefully. We'll see, I guess. And as for my next book, I will be reading Dance of Thieves. I read the Remnant Chronicles recently, I think in 2024, and I only read the Remnant Chronicles because I heard that you should read it before you read Dance of Thieves. I literally only wanted to read Dance of Thieves, the duology, and so I've had this book for a couple of months lying on my TBR shelf. I'm happy I'm finally reading it because it's been too long. So let's just get into it. Look at that map. That's amazing. I love good maps. Okay, so far we just got to know a girl that used to be a thief and now works as a guard for the queen that is from the previous book. And so far we have seen a lot of people that were mentioned or were characters in the previous books, which I like because that means I didn't read the other books for nothing. And this guard is on a mission for the queen, and I think the mission will involve looking for a person that went missing at the end of the Remnant Chronicles, and I'm intrigued. But now I do have to do some chores. I have to do laundry and I have to do washing up. So I do have this on audiobook through Libby, so I am going to put this on my headphones and do some chores. Okay, it's actually way later than I thought it was, so it is time for me to make my dinner and I will continue listening to the audiobook. Let's start cooking. I am now 5 hours 40 minutes in and I am on page 146. I think I'm liking it more than the Remnant Chronicles. The storyline is more intriguing because there is this thief, as we discussed before, and there is a young leader of an outlaw dynasty. The thief's mission is to get into an area that only that family, that dynasty has access to, and by some coincidence they get trapped together and they have to go on a journey. It's supposed to be a bit of a cat and mouse situation and I'm definitely liking it. I had to pull out my tabs because yeah, the tension and the banter in this book is really, really well done. And I've just been giggling here, just kicking my feet while reading this book. So I am very much happy about that. It is now 9 p.m. I am getting a little bit tired, but I will take out my washing and then I'll have a little snack and a drink to like energize myself a little bit. I'm hoping for at least 3 more hours of reading today. Let's get back into reading. Hi guys. Yesterday I read, I think, till midnight before going to sleep. Then I went on TikTok and I think I fell asleep around 1. Not the perfect time because now I'm going to be tired all day. Hopefully not though, hopefully not. Hopefully I wake up a little bit more. I just woke up like 20 minutes ago. But yeah, I read until I have just hit like 8 hours on my timer, and I think I read till page 260, something like that. That means I'm more than halfway done with Dance of Thieves. I'm really happy about that. I'm going to do my breakfast now. I'm gonna be listening to the audiobook while I'm cooking. I just finished reading for now. I think I'm on page 340. I think I've been reading for around an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, but I forgot to put the timer back on, so I've only put it for the last 20 minutes. Oh, but I will be going to work out now, so I'll just leave the timer running and it should balance out a little bit. So hopefully I'll be back on track and how much I've read. I am really liking this book, which is amazing, and I don't have that much left. So I will probably finish it before I will eat lunch, and then I'll start a new book. So happy! But yeah, I'm gonna go work out now. While I'm happy that I'm not filming this time during my period, I am filming in winter and it is quite cold. So if and when you see me in my hoodie, that's because it's really cold, and that's why I have hot water bottles. I have to hug it because it's so cold and I just don't want to be sitting in my hoodie the whole time, so it's just easier to have the hot water bottle. Anyway, I did work out and I think I let this sit for enough time. It's like at 9 hours 30, and I think that's around the time that I would have if I didn't forget to put it on. So yeah, but now I'm gonna just read. It is 11:55 right now, which is amazing. I have around 150 pages left, so I think I should be done by 2, maybe 3, so that's good. Oh my gosh guys, look who arrived! It's the Puppy War trilogy! I'm so happy. This is going to be another video. I will be doing a video starting the Puppy War soon. I am so excited. It's been a long time coming. I love Arab Kwang. I know my brother doesn't, but well, I think I'm gonna love the Puppy War. I've heard only good things, except my brother, but yes, I'm so happy. And that means I'm gonna do a slight rearranging of my bookshelf. You might see that in this video. That's hilarious. It's so hilarious, I wanna cry. That's good. Stop. They're freaking jokesters. They're freaking jokesters. Oh my god. Whoa, what? Oh my gosh. Okay, that ending was very unexpected because I thought it was like a prologue almost to the next book, and it's very ominous. I really like this book. Necessarily connect with all the characters, only specific ones, but I did really like it and I thought it was like really unexpected. A lot of things happened. The plot just kept plotting. For my next book, I'm going to read something that is in preparation for catabasis. And of course, it's Dante's Inferno. I really need to read this. A lot of people said you should read it before you read Catabasis, and Catabasis releases quite soon, I think in a couple of months. So I want to read this, and it's really short, and it's written in like a poem version. I don't really know what this is called in English. I'm hoping it's not going to be too hard to understand, because obviously it was written so long ago, and it is written in that style. It is now 3 p.m. and the clock has ticked 12 hours 36 minutes, so I have almost 12 hours to finish the challenge. Okay, I've actually been trying to read this for a while. I had lunch, I did some other things, so I was listening to it on audiobook I found on YouTube, but it's just really hard for me to understand. I think the way it's written, I just can't understand it. But since I already started it, I want to know what is going to happen. So I think instead of reading it, I'm going to listen to a summary and explanation on YouTube, just because I want to go into catabasis knowing like all the hell, since catabasis is about going into the underworld, so I want to know it and understand it. So it's not strictly reading, but I am like trying to understand a book, so I am counting it in this challenge, because you know, I read I think 40 pages which is not that much, but also with how it's written, it's a lot to me. So yeah, I'm going to put the summary and explanation on my headphones, and then I'm going to rearrange the shelf a little bit, and yeah. I am not going to be rating Dante's Inferno, obviously, because I didn't actually like read it. Now I know what happens, and basically they just go through hell and all the circles and all the sins that are committed and where that lands you in hell. And then at the end, why would I spoil the end? I don't know why I wanted to say that, but yeah, now it's 13 hours and 30 minutes, 8.5 hours maybe left, and I think my next book is going to be Song of the Six Realms. I have had it on my shelf for a while, and I think it's just time to finally read it. I'm hoping it's going to be good, because I like displaying the cover, so if I don't have that cover to display anymore, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, let's get started. I'm actually getting really tired, so I think I'm going to either make a coffee or a matcha and then continue reading. But I think this is the first book I'm reading that is going to be in an academic setting, but also with an Asian setting. I love Asian novels. I feel like they're very whimsical. I've never really read anything that combined whimsical with academia, which I'm hoping is going to be a great combination. So we'll see. just finished eating dinner and I reached, I think, 100 pages of the book. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find the audiobook anywhere, but that's fine. I do need a little bit of caffeine, so here's my matcha. But what I've found out so far is that our main character is a musician. She plays the kin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And she is brought up in some kind of school, an academy for musicians, for entertainers. And the day she becomes like an actual performer, she is requested by some kind of person of interest. And at first she only thinks that he is after her instrument, as it is very valuable. But as it turns out, he is there to take her away and propose an arrangement where she will come to his manor and she will play the kin for him. There she will go for 3 years, and after those 3 years he will make her a letter of recommendation that she can be free and she doesn't have to be at that school of performers, at that academy. She doesn't have to be an entertainer for the whole of her life. Anyway, but when he was there was a creature that snuck into the academy and it basically killed someone, and it's some kind of mystical creature. And so the quest begins. I feel like the trip to his home is going to be more of an adventure than just being his musician as you do in fantasy books. But so far I'm loving the writing style. It kind of reminds me of Leigh Bardugo's style, especially in Ninth House. I don't know why, because the books themselves are very, very different, completely different. But the writing style is just very lyrical and very descriptive, but also isn't boring. It is 9 p.m. I am hoping I can squeeze in 2 or 3 hours more of reading today, but we'll see when I get tired. I'm hoping I'm not gonna get tired too soon, but we'll see, I guess. But here's my matcha, so hopefully that awakes me. Oh, it's now almost 1 a.m. and I am now just so tired. I just have to go to sleep. I'm on almost 19 hours. It's like 5 minutes off from being 19 hours. And I just cannot, my eyes just hurt from being open. So I will go to sleep. I will continue reading while I'm doing my teeth and skincare and all of that. So that should reach 19 hours, and that means I have 5 hours left for tomorrow. Guys, I'm actually kind of mad because I had to go out and get butter and I had to send out a parcel and that took me an hour and a half to do. So now it's 1 p.m. It's 1 p.m. and I'm still on 20 hours and 30 minutes. So I still have 3.5 hours and it's so late in the day. I feel like I failed this challenge because I'm basically gonna be reading for 3 days. How is this a challenge? This is not a challenge, that's what I normally do. Granted, I did read for 11 hours yesterday. I will be getting into reading now. I have 100 pages left in this book. I'm going to try to finish the book before I do lunch. I actually thought I was going to like this book a bit more than I liked it, but I definitely enjoyed the writing style of it. But I think the start of it was so good, but then towards the end it got a little bit muddled. So yeah, we are on 22 hours and 34 minutes, so gives me around an hour and a half. Isn't much, and I probably won't read that much, but I will be starting Dark Rise. I've only heard good things about this book and the other books by this author. Oh, wow. I love maps. Okay, I have finally reached 24 hours. It feels bittersweet right now because I just feel like I failed because I was reading for 3 days. But yeah, I'm on page 50 right now, so I'm like 10% in. I don't know much, to be honest, not much has happened, but I think it's happening in like the 19th century London, also kind of like pirate vibes. There's people working on ships and there is a mysterious boy that is being hunted by people, and we are getting to know a lot of different characters. So I don't know if it's going to be like a Six of Crows kind of situation that we meet everyone and then they gang up together, or what is going to happen, but we'll see, I guess. Yeah, so I just calculated how many pages I read in this challenge, and I read 1193 pages. It's a little less than I read last time, which is very surprising to me because I was on my period. But anyway, let's get into the books I read and what I rated them and my reviews. So the first one is Masters of Death. I am rating this book 5 stars. It was so beautiful. Olivia Blake, she's just phenomenal. The writing is always beautiful. This book doesn't have a linear story. The events aren't necessarily happening one by one. It might be confusing, but it's so intriguing. You feel completely lost, but also you want to know what's going to happen next. So you just have to keep reading and reading and reading. And I found myself just completely enamored by this book. There's a lot of different characters in it, but I think the stories and the storylines are interwoven so perfectly that it resembles how everything is interconnected and also complex. And yeah, and I really liked how it captured that dysfunctional found family vibe. So if you like found family and you like dysfunctional ones, this one is for you. Next up is Dance of Thieves, and I was thoroughly surprised by this book because I didn't love the series that was before this one, but I think I like this much more than the previous series. I thought this was much more plot heavy and plot driven. Everything was unexpected. It was full of twists and turns. It didn't really have any dull moments, which I really enjoyed, but also what I really liked was the relationship between the main characters. Not that it wasn't done before, but it felt like more interesting. There is so much happening with them, you know, it's just so full of trials and tribulations for them. I don't know. I did enjoy how the previous characters from the previous series appeared in this book, and they brought me to giggles and to tears, and it just like, it was really nice, you know? So yeah, I rated this book 4 stars. I might not rush to read the second book, but I think I will definitely read it. Next up we had Inferno, and I am so mad that I couldn't read it. It's very humbling. It's a very humbling experience, but I'm glad that I know what happens in this book now, even if it was summaries and analysis on the internet. Humbling, yeah. I am not gonna rate this book because obviously I didn't finish it, and also it just feels weird to rate this book. It was written so long ago, it just doesn't feel like I can rate it, you know? And now the Song of the Six Realms. To be honest, I mainly got it for the cover of the book, and I don't think it resembles the book that much. I think this cover is so much more whimsical, and it makes you think that the romance plot is gonna be very, very heavy. It is not. It is definitely not very heavy on the romance. I think that's what disappointed me most about it, was that I was going into it expecting a beautiful, beautiful love story interwoven with a whimsical story full of fantasy, magic, Chinese mythology. It wasn't it. I mean, I did enjoy the story, and I really, really liked the writing style, as I said already. As you can see, I tabbed a lot. I normally only tab like quotes if there is like tension between characters, I don't know, very like lovey-dovey stuff. But in this one, I only tabbed gorgeous quotes. I thought the story was kind of slow. I didn't mind it. I actually was enjoying it, but in the last 100 pages, the story kind of got muddled. We got overwhelmed with all the myths and legends, and it all came at once. It felt like we were just bombarded with it. There was a lot of facts and a lot of histories. It got very confusing. So because it got confusing so late on, I kind of lost interest, which was pretty sad. I did like how the love was very gentle. It always is an Asian inspired fantasy, I feel like, full of tension, and it makes you feel warm, you know? And that's what this book had, even though it was just not very romance heavy. But I think I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. It was okay, but I think I was expecting something more. That's it. I read 1,193 pages in 24 hours over the course of 3 days. I feel like I have to redo this again. But yeah, I guess we'll see if that happens, and see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!